Today we're talking about 8th grade, Chapter 3, Lesson 2, Slope. And we've kind of talked about slope before. Slope is the ratio of the vertical to the horizontal, or sometimes we call it the rise to the run. Because vertical is up and down, it rises, and horizontal is side to side, so it runs. So slope is rise over run. And we've been writing it change of y over change of x. Remember, the little triangle symbol is a delta and it means change. So change of y over change of x. And we figure that out by subtracting the y's and subtracting the x's. For example 1, we're going to determine the slope of the water slide. And slope is rise over run. So the rise of this water slide is 18 feet and the run is 40 feet. So it's 18 over 40. Then we need to simplify that. We could divide by maybe 2. And we would get 9 over 20. So the slope of the water slide is 9 over 20, which would be 0.45. What that means is for every foot horizontal, it goes up almost a half a foot. 0.45 is the slope. So example 2, the graph shows the cost of muffins at a bake sale. Determine the constant rate of change, then determine the slope and compare it to the constant rate of change. So again, the slope is rise over run. And this time they gave us 2 y's and 2 x's. So we're going to subtract them. Out of these 2 points that they gave us, the y's are 6 and 4. So 6 minus 4. And then the x that goes with 6 is 3. And the x that went with 4 is 2. And then we want to subtract. 6 minus 4 makes 2. 3 minus 2 makes 1. And 2 over 1 is just 2. So the slope of the water slide, I don't think it was talking about water slide. It was talking about muffins. So the slope is 2. This means that the unit rate, remember unit rate is how much it is for 1. So the unit rate is $2 per muffin. The slope is the same as the unit rate, or it's the same as the constant. The slope is equal to the constant rate of change. And we could have found the unit rate by just going to 1 and then going up to where it hits the line, which would have been at 2. Let's try example 3. The table shows the number of pages Garrett has left to read after a certain number of minutes. Determine the slope of the line. So again, slope is rise over run. And they gave us points, so I'm going to find change of y over change of x. So I'm just going to pick 2. It doesn't matter which 2 intervals you pick. I'm going to pick those 2 because they're just there on top. So I have 12 minus 9. And the x that goes with 12 is 1. And the x that goes with 9 is 3. So 12 minus 9 makes 3. And 1 minus 3 makes negative 2. And that kind of makes sense that it would be negative because these are pages left. And he's going to have less pages each day because he's reading. So 3 over negative 2 makes negative 1.5, or negative 1.5. So the slope is negative 1.5. This means the unit rate is negative 3 over 2 pages per minute. Remember, rates have to have words. Something per something. Let's look at some of the ones you're going to be doing by yourself. You're going to be taking some of the graphs and finding the slope of the line. And if you look closely, they gave you some dots, some points on the line, and you just need to find what the slope is. So let's do number 2 here. We need the change of y and the change of x. And you might need to number it. Remember, if you're going up, that's positive, but if you're going down, that's going to be negative. So I have a negative 3 and a positive 2. And for x's, if you're going to the right, that's positive, and if you go to the left, that's negative. So for my x's, so the y's were negative 3 and 2. Negative 3 minus 2. And the x that went with negative 3 is 2. Got to make sure you match them up. And the x that went with 2 is negative 3. So minus negative 3. Okay, got to remember those rules. They don't go away for integers. Keep, change, opposite. So we're going to keep negative 3 plus negative 2. Same thing on the bottom. Keep the 2, change, change. Now we can work it. So negative 3 plus negative 2 makes negative 5. And then 2 plus 3 makes positive 5. Well, negative 5 divided by positive 5 makes just negative 1. So the slope is negative 1. You're also going to have some questions where they give you tables and you have to find the slope. You're not going to have to draw the graph, but you are going to have to find the slope. So you can pick any interval you like. Let's just pick the first 2, or you might prefer to pick positive numbers if you're not doing very well with the integer rules. But it's change of y over change of x. Now let's go ahead and stick with the positives. So I have 4 minus 2 is my y's, and the x that goes with 4 is 5, and the x that goes with 2 is 3, and 4 minus 2 makes 2, and 5 minus 3 makes 2, and 2 over 2 is just 1, so the slope is 1. Not all the answers come out to 1. Okay, they're also going to give you just some points, and you're going to find the slope. So let's look at number 9 here. Change of y over change of x. Remember, the y's are the second numbers when they put them as ordered pairs. So let's go with 5 minus 0, and the x that goes with 5 is 5, and the x that goes with 0 is 4. So 5 minus 0 is 5, and 5 minus 4 is 1, and 5 over 1 is just 5.